Okay, hiya Jess, this is Faye. Hope this is nice and loud and clear for you. Here is your Rosewood Aurora 600 cage. It's easily 5 foot tall. It's as big as me, to be honest, and I'm only 5'3". So yeah, this is going to be for your little sugar gliders. All excited for you because it's a fabulous cage. I'm just going to quickly show you, well, I say quickly, but I don't do anything quickly, love, with my chronic pain, but I'll just give you a basic overview of it, because in case you can't get here in person with the courier, then you've actually, it's like you've seen it in person then, or as good as. So yeah, this is the cage. So you've got your main opening door there, okay, that's your main opening door, but then you've got the little doors in the middle. Now I put little extra clips on these doors, so I've left the clips on for you, so you can also have a little hatch opening in the middle. You see what I mean? Because there's two little doors on the big door, if you see what I mean. So it's quite handy, that, actually. I don't know about sugar gliders, but chinchillas are little escape artists, so those little extra doors in the middle of your main door are very useful for if you just want to pop something in quickly, give them a quick tickle or whatever. And the same goes for the little hatch at the side. This one that you've got your little dinner dishes in. This dinner dish hatch is fantastic, because you just take your little bowls out. I've just rinsed those again. You take your little bowls out, put the dinner in, and swivel the hatch round back into the cage, put your latch down, and it stops your sugar gliders or any pet. It stops any pet from jumping out, because most small animals and exotic animals are little escape artists, the little Houdinis, they want to get out. So I've found that invaluable, that little hatch. It's absolutely brilliant. So you can just take it out, fill the food in, or take them out to wash, pop them back in. As I say, there is a little bit of rust. I'm just trying to show you as clear as possible. Little bit of rust there. I was thinking about it, you know, Jess, and all you need to do, if you don't, obviously for the little bits of rust, you can just put like a little bit of pet safe paint on them, or varnish if you want. I'm sure it's available online. But it's never bothered me, to be honest. It's never been a problem. So the cage is that good, and the bit of spotting rust at the bottom on the base isn't a problem either, because we'll talk about that in a minute when I get to it. But it's easy. It doesn't bother the animals at all. So to me, it doesn't affect the cage in any way. But always remember to put your latch down like that and press it in, because if you don't, they'll just swivel that out and in. So that's your little handy hatches to start with. So you've got your feeding hatch there, and then you've got your middle hatches of the main door, which honestly is invaluable. It's so helpful. That's just my little clip that's dropped, because as I say, these clips are very handy, because I'm always like extra safety conscious with my animals, and I always like to put extra locks on everything. So these little clips, I've got a few of these. Well, I've got quite a full bag of them, so I'm going to put you a few of these clips in. They're like little mini bulldog clips, you know, for files and stuff at college, but I just use them for my little pets. I don't know if you can see what I mean. They're like a little bulldog clip, a mini bulldog clip sort of thing they are. So I like to put them on the doors. And also, I don't know if sugar gliders leap about as much as chinchillas. They probably don't. They're probably quite lightweight compared to chinchillas. But so you don't have any extra rattling. These clips are really useful. But as I say, it's mainly for an extra safety precaution, really. So I've left those clips on, and the big clip is for the main door as well. But obviously, without that clip, it just hooks on like so. So the door hooks on, and then it's got an extra latch at the bottom that clips in, yeah? So that's your main door. You don't have to put the bottom latch on, you can just hook it over, but I do all the latches for my chinchillas. Right, so that's your main cage. I'm hoping I've got it all in the picture here, because I'm stood in the bathroom trying to fit it all in our little house. As I say, we're quite short for space in this house, so it's tricky. Right, you've got your So that's the main front. And then I'll show you the tray. So what you do when you're cleaning, you lift this flap up. That tray will be all the way in. Let me just kneel down a bit and I can show you. Right, so that tray will be all the way in. And then when it's cleaning time, like once a week or whenever you do your cleaning, you pull the tray out. Now I'm going to show you very clearly here these little rust patches because they're bubbled. And you've got to be careful really, because I don't like wetting the cages too much because it doesn't keep it going as long. So I think if you just try and use little wipes when you're cleaning as well as your pet disinfectant. I use Annistil pet disinfectant and it's really, really good. It's recommended by a vet, Annistil. But as I say, these little patches, there's two. I don't want to take the tray all the way out because it's just going to bang on the floor. But these two little patches here, they look really massive because I'm closing up on them. But honestly, I promise you, Jess, it's not a problem. My chinchillas have never bothered about them. And the reason being is because I started using newspaper to cover them at the beginning. But the little buggers, chinchillas, they chew everything. So in the end, I just put like a little tile over it, like a thin kitchen wall tile. You can go to charity shops and even B&Q and you can get spare tiles that they've got really cheap. The rest of the tray is fantastic. It's all lovely and easy to clean. It's really strong and durable. So honestly, don't let that and that bother you. I think you said I'm sure you said you were fine about it when we spoke. Honestly, I'm looking at it now in person and it doesn't even look as bad as it does on the camera. It looks really bad on the camera, but I promise you it's not. As I say, you could get just a little piece of tiling to cover that. And anyway, once the bedding goes on it, they don't even know about it anyway. But the reason I put a tile on there is so obviously my chinnies wouldn't bother with it. And they never have. They've never bothered about it. So as long as you use a tile to cover that rusty little bubbly bit and the little one there, there's no other rusty bits. Everything's all nice on that tray. But that's the worst one. But as I say, honestly, when I'm looking at it in the flesh, it's really not as bad as it even looks on the video. The video makes it look lighter because I've got a really good camera on this phone. It seems to brighten everything up. So as I say, all you'll need is a little tile and that's fine. And then obviously that's empty now down there. So we put the tray back in. So when you put the tray back in, then your flap piece goes down, which is really good. So you've got the flap and this extra bit here, which is great for keeping any shavings or whatever bedding you're using. It keeps the shavings and mess from going on the floor. So that flap is brilliant. It's really useful. Now, these are the shells. Now, again, they're going to look a bit of a funny colour, the shells, because I've just cleaned it again. It's been cleaned about 3 times, this cage, Jess, because I've had people saying they're coming and then they don't turn up, so I'm forever cleaning it. So it's going to be immaculate by the time it gets to you. It'll be that clean. So these are the shells. Nice, lovely, large wooden shells, as described on my advert. There's nibbles, just general nibbles. These are from my chinchillas. Also, just to add, my chinchillas have never had any diseases or illness or anything like that. Thank God, touch wood. I got my chinchillas from a reputable breeder, so they're all legit and everything, and they've been perfectly healthy. And this cage has been cleaned once a week and spot cleaned daily. And this wooden shelf is nice and weighty and durable and just lovely tough wood for them to chew. I don't know if they chew sugar gliders. I don't know much about them, like I said, but it's just really good for them to have a wood shelf. Because it's good if they do chew. It's great for their teeth and everything. So you've got that top shelf, then you go to that shelf, then that one, then that one. So that's how they'll probably use them. There's another little nibble at the back. That's the other nibble I showed in my advert, because my cheeky chinchillas decided to make a hole for themselves at the back of the shelf. But as I say, it's all been cleaned, all been disinfected. These are the extra ramps. Don't worry, you've got 4. I've got the others on the top there with the covers. I just wanted to put one in to show you the cage. So that's your little ramp. These are all brand new ramps that I've got. 4 brand new ramps for you and covers that came with my other cage that I don't use, obviously, because my chinnies don't need ramps because they leap everywhere. So that is your ramp, just to show you what it looks like. You just slide the cover over them, it's dead easy. You can, I would, if I mean, saying that, they're quite, it's as if they sort of grip the wood, these hooks. But for extra safety, you could maybe put a little hook under there to hold them steady in place. But they're actually quite steady on their own, so you might want to just lean them on there. Obviously, it's up to yourself, you're their mum. So yeah, you're gonna have obviously 4 ramps. No, hang on, 1. Yeah, you can have 4 ramps. You've got the 4 ramps that I'm giving you, and then you've got these extra the screw things that belong to this actual cage, so they won't fit any other cage. They're just for the Rosewood Aurora cage, and they are, if any of your other screws ever give way. Like I say, I've never needed to use them. They're always really tight and good. So if you want them, there's spares. So I'll put them in with it. There's your little bowls that sit there. That's like an extra piece of wood because they did another nibble, my chinchillas, and there was a bit of a gap under there. So my hubby just put an extra piece of wood on for safety. I think that's it, really. I think that's all of it, Jess. That's that. Oh, sorry, there's always something falling here. Yeah, so I think that's it, really. That's about everything I can show you. But yeah, it's a fabulous cage. I'm gutted to see it go, but I'm glad it's going to a lovely person like yourself. And I'm sure your sugar gliders will love it. Oh, it's on casters as well, which is fantastic. So you can move it about very easily. I can't very well because obviously I'm disabled, but it's on casters, as I say, so it's dead easy. It's all just a very easy cage, really, and the size is just superb. So, yeah, I bet you'll have a lot of years with this, with your sugar gliders, and I'm sure they'll love it. In fact, I swear they'll love it. Guarantee they'll love it. Because my chinnies adored it. I've just had to get a cage that's more manageable for me disability, because I've got to sit down to try and clean their cage, so I couldn't manage this one anymore. It's too big for me, only because I'm poorly. So, but really, if I was fit and well, there's no way I'd have been selling this, because it's amazing. It's a fabulous cage. I'm trying to get round the side just to show you there as well. There you go. I've cleaned it, as I say, it has been cleaned loads, but no doubt, like with any animal, I'm sure you'll find a little chinchilla poopy or a little piece of hay. You can have that with my pleasure, because there's always a sneaky little poop or a bit of hay that's hiding somewhere. You can never manage to get it all, but I've tried my utmost for you to get it as immaculate as possible and as lovely and clean as possible. As I say, the only bit that was clearly stated in my advert is the rusty little bubble patch on the base tray, but your best bet is to put a little old spare kitchen tile on it. Honestly, that's the best thing you can do. Or if sugar gliders aren't nibblers, just put a piece of newspaper down on it, piece of lino, anything like that. Put your bedding on and you won't even know it's there. My chinchillas have never been fussed about it, and they are mega chewers. So honestly, if it had been a problem, I wouldn't have even sold the cage, because like I say, I don't want any comeback or any problems. I'd rather sell something in great condition than, you know, try and sell something that's not in good condition. So I do hope you love it, and I hope your sugar gliders love it. And if you've got any more questions, anything you want to ask me, just text or drop me an email. So that's your Aurora Rosewood 600 cage for your sugar gliders. Easily 5 foot tall, and I'd say probably 3 foot wide. It's on casters. It's got a pull-out tray for ease of cleaning. you're going to get 4 ramps with it, brand new ramps, and the covers, and your little screws, if and when you ever needed them over the years, which I doubt you will. You've got 4 wooden shelves in there, and that's it in a summary, really. Fantastic cage, and I wish them well to live in it and wear it, use it. Okay, Jess, cheers. Thanks for all your messaging and being so genuine and everything. I do appreciate it. Means a lot. So I hope you like this video, and I really hope it's helped you see the cage in really good, clear form. And then that's, as I say, better for both of us. All right, Jess, speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.